Hi there, this is a love reading for the collective. We have Venus going direct, woohoo! And we also have, where is it? Just checking my microphone's plugged in. We also have a new moon in Aquarius. That's pretty hot too, actually. You've got new moon in Aquarius on the 1st, Venus going direct Saturday 29th. That to me spells connection. So love reading for the collective, focusing on connection, what's happening with your connection, how to get connected, what's going wrong, what's going right, what can we expect. Let's get into it. This is for any sign, okay? If you're here, there'll be a message for you. Leia the cat joins us. She's sitting on the pillow. I know. What can you do except just wash it? What do we need to know? What do we need to know? Ooh. Nice, straight out with the King of Cups. Pisces, Cancer, woo, Scorpio. Da, da, da. Ooh. Nice. Using the Mythic Tarot, but we are going to use others as well, actually. Just going to use whatever comes up, whatever we feel like. Quite a feely reading. I guess I should call it intuitive if I was using a proper word. But, you know. Ooh, I want to investigate that bad boy. Nice, 2 10s. Love it when I get 2 10s. Especially when one of them's the 10 of Cups. Okay. I feel like there are scales here. Now, scales normally belong to sign of Libra, but of course we all have some of the sign in us somewhere. I feel like in its bid for connection, the universe wants us to connect. There is on the one hand the fear of it. We've got the 9 of Swords as one of the energy cards. And on the other hand, the joy of it, the 4 of Wands. A card which for me spells a beautiful serendipitous kind of connection energy. This is lovely. You know, this is Jason from Jason and the Argonauts. And when he gets to this point, the other guys who are the kings and also Hercules in the background, they come out to celebrate and to say, well done, and you did it, and yippee, you know. And the weird thing is as well that a lot of the guys who are celebrating are in your reading. It's the 1111 card, it's the twin flame card, it's the card of spooky but good and lovely, warm, we did it, we made it, I can't believe it type feelings. Very, very different from this, which is we're not going to make it, I don't know if we'll make it, where have we been, it happened before, it could happen again, 4 o'clock in the morning, snaky haired ladies, fear. What came before, what happened, where I've come from, what I'm worried about. Now, what I'm getting from this reading with the scales is that we need to honour both of these feelings. And that's, you know, Venus is going direct. We've got this new moon in Aquarius. Which I love that energy. I love the energy of a new moon in Aquarius. It just feels, because Aquarius is ruled by Uranus as well, it feels like there can be surprises, you know. It's also about friendships and groups and connection. So there's something here, first of all, that's telling me no matter what is going on individually in your love life, which of course, you know, our love life is our life, it's part of our normal life, it's very important to us. It's what holds a mirror up to us, and it's very often what sends us to the therapist. It's in the Course in Miracles, I'm always talking about this. They say love brings up anything unlike itself to be healed. Love is the therapy room, you know, in lots of ways. It's where we find our challenges, our limitations, our fears, our shadows. And this reading is talking about that. Embracing that shadow and also embracing the light of possibility. Okay, really important. King of Cups is also really important. He's been knocking around my readings quite a lot lately. Traditionally, he represents Pisces, Cancer and Scorpio. But he's also the feeling king. You know, he's the king of feels. He's tapped into his emotions. He's the poet, the archetype of the poet, the dreamer. For some of you, this is... Some of you, I think, have been struggling with fantasy versus reality. And it's a struggle worth having, because we don't want to live our lives up in the clouds entirely in fantasy. At some point, it's going to come back down to earth with a bump. But at the same time, in trying to avoid the fantasy, we can also spoil things for ourselves. The other overall energy card we get is the Seven of Cups, which just reminds us that too much time in the clouds is a bad thing, but also it pays to dream. It pays to dream, and it pays to pay attention to your dreams too. One or two of you, maybe a bit more, are going to have dialogue in your dreams with somebody. Now, this can be somebody you're in separation from. It can be anything. Anybody that you've not got around at the moment but want to communicate with, or even you don't even know that you want to communicate with them. Look out for that. I'm just getting that feeling for some of you that there is a opportunity, if you see it that way, or just an occasion where you may meet someone in a dream and there's something they have to say. If you are struggling with communication with somebody, as in maybe you're in separation, because some of you are, or you just don't know what to say, or whenever you get together to have a conversation, you know, have you ever had this experience where it goes really well in your head and then you get there and it's like completely different? It very quickly goes wrong or escalates or whatever it is. I feel like through a little daydreaming meditation, you could have that conversation. I know it sounds weird. And again, we're kind of treading a line between fantasy and reality, but there is exploration, and it's important for some of you to explore a connection with this King of Cups person fully. The Four of Wands side of it, the Nine of Swords side of it. If you are single and looking to connect, I feel like this is that there may be somebody who's still stuck in your craw. I don't know where that expression came from either. So it may be a feeling, oh, hi Leia. It may be a feeling, oh, she never does that. It may be a feeling that you may have had issues with the throat, or that you can't say something. I'm really getting that. There's a feeling that there's something you really want to express. So if there's someone where it's really stuck in your craw and you don't even want to get back with them, or you don't know what you want, you just have this, we have this feeling that something has not been laid to rest, Three of Swords. I feel like it would be good for you to daydream it, to do it in meditation. Now you can do this using the whispering technique. If you want to do that, there's a, come on sweetheart, oh, ow, come on, you want to come for the reading? There's Agnes Vivarelli does the whispering technique. There's some videos on her channel about that. But, you know, you can just do it yourself. You can literally have a little daydream. I usually do these sorts of things in the daytime. I feel like it's I don't know, it's more easy to do in the daytime, but it's up to you. The whispering technique is where you imagine that your person that you want to talk to is, you know, in a pub, in a room, whatever it is, and you enter that room and maybe there's like 2 chairs and you sit there and you have the conversation that you need to have. Now you can either whisper it to that person or you can shout it at that person. It's up to you how you do this. And also sometimes with this, because this is for those of you that have things that are unspoken, okay? Come on, sweetheart, have you got something to say? Oh, Leia's the shyest cat in the world. If you watch my dailies, you will know that she never comes on camera really. Hi, sweetheart. Hi. If there's something that you're just wanting to say, you can say it this way. And it doesn't then get stuck with you. And also, just for some of you, you might find that by having that conversation, it manifests that there is communication with that person that you need to have. And also it gets it off your chest. Okay? Hi, sweetie. Yes. Next to the King of Cups, this very, very gorgeous energy of the Ten of Cups. I mean, this is beautiful. It's one of the nicest versions of the Ten of Cups because you also get Eros and Psyche. So he's, I think, the god of love, Eros, isn't he? Either way, anyway, there's a union of these two. And what I really like, is that we get it with the Ten of Pentacles. Now, when you get the Ten of Pentacles with the Ten of Cups, the way that I interpret this, and I love 2 tens coming up together, okay? When you get those 2 together, the Ten of Pentacles adds earth and reassurance to the Ten of Cups. It knows what it's doing. It's because the Ten of Cups, remember I said you don't want to be in the clouds too much. Ten of Cups can be a bit floaty. It's Mars in Pisces, so it's the energy of Pisces, which is a very kind of floaty sign, and I say that because I am one, with Mars. When you imagine like bubbles in a glass, you know, psh, Mars rising in love would be that Ten of Cups. Now, of course, it's euphoric and it's limerent and it's lovely energy, but it doesn't necessarily, it can fizzle out, literally fizzle out. When you back it up with the Ten of Pentacles, you got the soil and the earth to go with it. You know, you've got all of the reassurance. You know, Ten of Pentacles is a very reassuring card. This is a very loving card. It's a very romantic card. It's a card of union and opportunity and love, and you put the phone down first and all that stuff. Ten of Pentacles is like, we got there, we built it. The grapes grow, here are our children, you know, and it doesn't have to be that you have children, but here are the fruits of our labour, you know. It's tangible, the grapes grow, we have nailed the pentacles to the post. In tarot, when people start nailing pentacles to the post, it means that you bite the coin, things are real. So the opportunity here, and the really nice message as well, is that this new moon and Venus going direct gives you an opportunity to, on the one hand of the scale, even up miscommunication and non-communication, and on the other hand of the scale, look forward to something that's far more solid and rounded. You know, it's got the love, it's got the limerence, it's got the bubbles and the fizz, but it's also got the structure and the discipline of the Ten of Pentacles. I love those two together. So for some of you, this is almost like a conversation that leads to a conversation. If you are just looking for someone, you're looking for connection, you're single, you're looking for connection, just know that this puts something else to bed. And also, if you are single and looking for connection, this person is quite quiet, I would say, and a bit mysterious in some ways. King of Cups is in some way unknowable, in a way that all water signs are in some way unknowable. You know, each sign has their thing, don't they? And water signs, if you think about what water is like, it's not something that stays the same. And it's not something you can always point to and identify. For example, water can erode cliffs, but it happens over such a long time, it's almost invisible. So there is a feeling here with the King of Cups that this is a very beautiful person, literally probably good looking person. This particular King of Cups, I can't remember his name now, but he used to play songs, it will come to me, that kind of hypnotized women. And there is a rather hypnotic quality to this. For some of you, you're dealing with somebody whose eyes are either very blue or very arresting. Yeah, for some of you, dark and arresting, just piercing and hypnotic and powerful eyes. That's, yeah, for one or two of you, you know exactly who I'm talking about there, which I like. Okay, somewhere along the line, we've got in here the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords, you've got the twins here. It's kind of Gemini energy. I think this is Castor and Pollux. And it feels like there's going to be... It feels like there's going to be some kind of cut through. When you have the Knight of Swords, there's always this sort of sword held aloft. It's air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So if you're dealing with an air sign, and lots of you are, that's the energy of Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Very opposite energy to this King of Cups. And by the way, if this resonates with you, there will be an extended reading as ever, and the link is in the description box. It feels like somewhere along the line, and it could maybe happen, this kind of communication that you're going to have with this person is weird, because it's coming across to me as in dreamlike states, electronic states, in every state except for person to person, which is weird. But we'll have an investigation into that. This is the Knight of Swords, which also comes up with the Page of Swords. Page of Swords is my social media, internet, email, Snapchat, anything like that. When you progress it into the Knight of Swords, it does come off the internet onto the page in some ways. But still, there is something about your connection with this person that is more about, let's say you sent each other song lyrics and then you interpreted them, or you, anything, send each other funny animal videos, doesn't matter. It's communicating without communicating. There's a need here with the Knight of Swords for something direct to be said. But there's also, before that, a need for something indirect to happen. So I think what I'm trying to say from this is don't rush to the big talk, because for whatever reason, and I don't fully understand it, especially if you are dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, because we've got a lot of swords, and especially if you are a water sign, or if you are an empath and they are not as much, they're the non-empath really, it feels like there needs to be a warm-up. It feels like it will miscommunicate if you go in too directly with something, even though you may be feeling like you really need that direct kind of energy. I'm going to take another card for that because I'm interested. Can I just say as well that the cat has found a basket of clean washing, which I hid from her, which is clearly what she was looking for, and has settled her white furry bottom in that basket. Okay. What do we need to know about this Knight of Swords, about communication? What do we need to know? You. Huh. Okay. First card we get is more swords. We get the Queen of Swords. You are going to feel like being very piercing, very direct. With temperance. There's a need to temper this. Of course, some of you could be dealing with the Sagittarius with this. But more I'm feeling there is a need for this. Can you see how we had the scales? Well, now we have the 2 cups. There's a need to let something really flow in a situation. And that's kind of, ultimately you're sort of not judging it, you're observing it, and you're observing the flow, and you're thinking to yourself, maybe you're not even thinking that hard about it. The King of Cups is all about flow. The person that you're dealing with needs to flow. Almost whether you like it or not, they need an element of flow. Some of you might be dealing with a water sign as well. They need an element of freedom of thought and freedom of expression. And you need to balance your 4 of Wands and your 9 of Swords. Your fear, your need for protection, your good boundaries, which are good, with all of this potential. And there is such a lot of potential. We have here the Ace of Pentacles. Now we have the Ace and the 10 of Pentacles, which I love together, because when you get the Ace of Pentacles, it's the beginning of something solid. So you can look forward to something solid happening. I'm getting here that maybe that kind of Ace of Pentacles energy, that solidity, comes in with Aries energy. So comes in about April time for me. And I know that seems like a long time to wait for something to form, but it isn't, you know, it isn't a long time. It won't seem like that. Then we get the Hierophant. I like this card. 2 things. 1, the Hierophant is about commitment, and 2, the Hierophant is about higher learning. And there's something here about, this is Chiron, the wounded healer, and he's pointing up towards the light. He wants you to see the light. He wants you to master yourself, and he wants you to know that there is something you need to see that throws a light on something. But I'm not getting, you know, the energy of there's something you need to know and there's something hidden and it's sneaky and all that. I'm just not getting that energy. I'm getting this very free-flowing King of Cups, 10 of Cups, 4 of Wands type feeling of come along for the ride and the ride is good, but we don't know where we're going. And I love that. 6 of Swords, another Swords card. Leaving behind something that may have been choppy, potentially a bit chaotic, and moving towards peace and tranquility and 10 of Cupsness. But we have to move through these 2 cards as well, because we have the 3, the 6 and the 9. So we're moving here, it's like a triptych, a triangle of energy. 3 doubled is 6. 3, 6 and 9. I can't do the maths, okay? Those of you that watch my dailies will know that I'm hopeless at maths. It's like, you know when you used to do those songs like at school or in church or whatever, and they've got the bouncing ball that's going over all the words. It's like a number patterns and everything. It's going up in 3s. It's multiplying. And It's taking you somewhere outside of this difficulty, this knot, this mental kind of sense of sort of entrapment that I get, and taking you to somewhere open and blue and free. Clear blue skies. And then the Nine of Wands, the need to defend. There's nothing wrong with the need to defend. There is a need to defend. But at the same time, we also need to trust and be open and vulnerable while still maintaining our protective boundaries. That is the challenge here with you and this person. There is a danger, and it's not for all of you, but there is a bit of a danger of codependency, or you may have experienced some codependency with this person. I'm just going to take some, I was going to call them rainbow oracle cards. Love oracle cards. Can't speak today. Making this reading while Mercury's still retrograde. I mean, what can I do? It is what it is. Romance angel oracle cards. That one. What do we need to know? I can't believe she sat in that basket of washing. This is nice. Nice, 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 nice. Passion. This came up in many of the monthly readings for February for each star sign. It came up in at least half of them. This is a beautiful energy. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. And I would also add the F word of freedom to that one, because I feel like there is a freedom in this. Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you that 10 of Cups. Very much so, but by positive thinking, we don't mean just don't think about the bad stuff. That 9 of Swords deserves as much attention here as the 4 of Wands. And then honeymoon, some time together on the horizon, holiday time together, time alone, bliss time together, just you and this person. Now, I don't know, for some of you, that isn't until kind of April, I feel. I don't know why I feel that as well, but I'm just saying it because it's there for me. I'm feeling it. Let's just take, I want an animal spirit card for you. In the extended reading, I'm going to look at the King of Cups a lot. I'm going to look, nice card, at the difficulties with the 9 of Swords, how to overcome them, as we always want to know how to overcome difficulties, and the quality of things moving forward, how they feel also, what are they up to, what are they doing. This is Animal Spirit deck, is it? Colette Baron Reid. White Raven Spirit. God, I love it. Trust in the magic. That is beautiful energy. God, it's gorgeous. And let's also have, what do we want? What do we want? Yeah, let's have a couple of angel therapy cards for those of you that are struggling a bit, I think. Yes. Oh, that's interesting. Very interesting, particularly with the King of Cups. Okay, clear yourself. Ask the angels to release any toxic energies that you may have absorbed. And different people have different ways of doing this. You know, like cord cutting or whatever it is. You will know your way, okay? Everybody needs to find and do their own unique thing with that. Past life issue. That's interesting. This situation has a basis in one of your previous lifetimes. Ask your angels to help you remember, release, learn and heal from your past experiences. I like that. And then visualize success. Lush. See yourself doing well in this situation. Have faith in a positive outcome. That's really important, particularly if you're doing any of the meditations like the whispering technique, or where you meet this person, you have a conversation, or, I mean, it doesn't even have to be this person that you meet. We often talk about, you can meet the magician, or you can meet, you don't even have to meet anyone. You could just imagine yourself writing it out in a letter and then read what you say, with the Hierophant. You could imagine what's in that scroll. It just feels like having faith in a positive outcome is key, while at the same time taking into account the shadow side of things as well, in both you and this person, and you and this person together. Wowzers. I'm going to go do the extended reading. The link is below in the description box. I'll see you on the other side. Namaste.